Who's the commander-in-chief and who's next in line of succession? It's our look at irreplaceable players. Today in Miami, where Jacory Harris makes the Hurricanes run. Jacory Harris, remember, started some games as a freshman, and last year as a sophomore, he jumped into the early Heisman Trophy talk. He became just the 7th quarterback in Miami history to pass for over 3,000 yards, and the first since Ken Dorsey. He ranked 3rd in the ACC in passing yards per game. As Jacory Harris goes, so go the Hurricanes. In Miami's 9 wins last year, Harris threw for 20 touchdowns and just 9 interceptions while completing over 60% of his passes. But in their 4 losses, he threw for twice as many interceptions as touchdowns and nearly 50 fewer yards per game. And Jesse, I remember early in the season last year, as we're in the ABC studio, you watching this guy and saying, this guy could win a Heisman Trophy someday.
He is such a great talent at the quarterback position. And offensive coordinator Mark Whipple told me last year he sees the game well and he sees the field well. And in my opinion, Jacory Harris is one of the best deep ball throwers in all of college football. Jacory Harris does an outstanding job of visualizing the space out in front of the wide receiver. He throws it with great trajectory and arc, allowing his wide receiver to get underneath the football. Another thing I love about Jacory Harris is his ability in the pocket. He's very, very sturdy, keeps his eyes downfield, throwing well under duress. Reminds me a lot about Kurt Warner in that respect. Now, Jacory Harris has to improve on his decision-making. 17 interceptions last year. You see an example here, forcing it into double coverage on the boundary. In this example, you're going to see Jacory Harris with his receiver LaRon Bird in the slot running a smash route. He needs to focus on the field corner, does not do that. It's an easy interception for Oklahoma. One of the best things about Jacory Harris probably is his fearlessness, his ability and his belief that he can fit any ball in any hole. But you watch this example again, Coach, 4 defenders around the football. Those are the type of throws in the red zone that'll give a head coach a heart attack. Now, I think Jacory Harris, the biggest reason why Miami last year finishes 9-4, but you take away a bunch of those interceptions, very easily this team could win the ACC championship. Jacory Harris will be the key again for Miami heading into this season.
Well, you've proven he's a talented guy just with that video clip. But what I like about him and I love about him, he's in a position now to lead the entire football team because he's been through the growing pains. All of a sudden, the injury that he had to his wrist, the interception, I think helps him in his development. As John mentioned, played as a freshman, started as a sophomore. He is now savvy enough, mature enough to lead the entire team. It's hard to be a leader when you're a young guy, as you know, particularly at quarterback. You're just trying to survive. Yeah. But he's in a position now to lead that whole team.
So who do you replace the irreplaceable pick? Well, it would be A.J. Highsmith, and this is a guy who saw a little bit of playing time last year, Bob.
Well, the thing about A.J. Highsmith, he's a little bit limited because he doesn't throw it as well as Jacory, but what really makes me nervous is the unknown. How does he react to those interceptions like Jacory had last year during the season? You know, it helps that he went through all spring as a quarterback. Jacory was out with a wrist injury, but it's easy, as you know, Jesse, to bounce back in practice from an interception when no one's out there. It's tough to bounce back in a game.
No question.
He doesn't throw it as well. He hasn't played as much. That makes Jacory Harris irreplaceable in my mind.